I'm happy it's not on the TV, to be honest, because I think a bigger Hib support will travel if it's not on the TV, and that's was been a big help for us in the cup game, particularly in Cowdenbeath, where we're in a massive support there, So, but it's going to be a really difficult game for us. I watched them against Falkirk, and I watched them against Partick Thistle last week or the week before. We go and see them again this evening. They're a decent side, particularly at home. They're very strong. They haven't lost too many games at their own place, and they're going to be very, very difficult to beat. But we've got to perform. We've got to match them for everything they have. They're a very enthusiastic team, real honest bunch of players. Work very hard for each other, and got some real quality as well. And we've got to be on our top game to get through.
Well, last year we got knocked out at Somerset Park, but to what extent do you feel the experience that the team gained at Cowdenbeath, conceding so early on in a real kind of hostile environment and coming through triumphant, do you feel that will really give us a boost?
Yeah, well, I think the Cowdenbeath game, we were gone there, we're hiding to nothing, to be honest. As everybody expecting us to trip up, and like you said, we could concede a goal very, very early and show great character, and coming back and should have won the game a bit more comfortable, and we did. But again, to step up from that, it's a higher league, and decent side, really some really good players in it, and we're going to have to be really at it and play well, match them in relation to everything else. And you're hoping that we come out on top if we can give the commitment and the desire it needs to get through in places like this. I think we'll be okay.
Obviously, bounce game taking place today on Tuesday against St Johnstone. What were you hoping to gain from that experience?
Yeah, well, we just need to keep boys that haven't been playing over the last couple of weeks. It's important that we give them games. We didn't have one last week, so it's just trying to keep them on their toes, because we're going to need everybody between now and the end of the season. So it's just important that people don't get a little bit stale in relation to getting games, and that's really what it's about for us.
Obviously, we're fully in the thick of it in terms of this season. The cup dream's still alive, but obviously the club's also launched the season tickets for next year. What would be your message to fans that are perhaps weighing up whether or not to invest in a season ticket for next season?
I think the supporters that have been through to watch games, I've said this before and speaking to them, I think they feel there's a desire, and like you say, we're trying to build the unity within the club to make sure that we're moving forward as one. I felt that when I came into the club that was missing a little bit. I think even in the training ground the atmosphere is a lot better than it has been. We're trying to build that all over the place, and with the supporters and the players, that they have that, and they're in the fight together, and hopefully the club can move forward. Like I said, the success for me would be to see another couple of thousand people coming through the turnstiles on a regular basis, and that's what we've got to try to get people back there, have a big interest in the club but maybe falling away a little bit, is to say that we're working really hard to get a good times back to Hibs. There's a few targets in there for us, is to make sure that we can get back in the city as well, that we become the #1 club again within our city, and that's really what the challenges are, that we can get people back into the ground. We can see, can we overturn the poor form in relation to Hearts, and just again see can we get a cup final, which would be massive for everybody in the club. So there is a lot of positives in the club. I know there's been a lot of the negatives over the last couple of seasons, but at the moment I think the club is looking up and looking forward.